As usual, I always asking my students and my friends who are dancing or performing on the stage about why do we dance or why we do something like this on the stage or in the front of our friends. And I received a lot of strange answers, and sometimes I found it okay, right, correct, and sometimes I feel strange or something like that. But suddenly I found, yes, also that a lot of feeling nostalgic about the past. I found a lot of friends and dancers, yes, also think or feel that they miss the past, and sometimes they make comparison between now and the past and what was and something like this. Hello my dear friends, this is Tamer with you once more again about this point I love to share with you. Really, it was very strange for me to find something like this, but let us start from the beginning. Why do we dance? As I explained you about dancing and exactly this type of movements, it belongs to our bodies and it is type of talking. That means exactly we or our bodies talking to each other. So for this reason, we use these types or these forms of dance steps. It is not so easy to understand all these types of dancing or forms of performance, but the main point is this is a type of body language which the body wants to talk. Same as me now, I'm talking with you, but I'm using the English language, for example, to let all of you understand me. But our bodies using exactly these types of movements to let the other bodies can understand what they are talking. This is the deep meaning of dancing which we created since long time. If we look at the history or look for the dancing throughout the history, immediately we will find that dancing developed throughout the history until we reach the moment now what we are doing. But some types of dancing changed to be as now, and some other types of dancing disappeared because the bodies don't want to use it anymore. The life changing, the way of lifestyle changing, and many points like this exactly helped us to grow up our dancing steps or our movements through our bodies. Let us start from the beginning to know exactly why we do something like that and what is the meaning behind and what is the difference between both. In the beginning of life, dancing was something special, which it means exactly I'm using these, or these people long ago, they were using these types of kinetic performance to express their feeling to the others or to each other, which it means exactly I'm using these types of movements to say something or to explain something to the others. Sometimes I feel happy, so I am doing these dance steps together, or we doing these dance steps together, or these movements together, and sometimes to explain something for the others, to let them know exactly what I need or what I want. This is exactly a type of sign. I can do it by myself, same as I am using my hands now, for example, or sometimes I'm using my hands with my body to say something for you or something like that. And the same also vice versa from you to me, and so on and so on. And step by step, man changed these types of dancing or chooses some of these types of movements to be something between him or her and God. Something like this exactly, which it means in the end a type of pray for God for happiness or for something help or whatever what he needs or what she need. But step by step change it once more again to be something special. For this reason I'm saying all the time that the forms of dance, it means something very far from the lifestyle, but it is replaced or as a mirror to tell you that it is something in life which belongs to me, to my body. And step by step we changed our way, and we created our words to speak, and word by word, same as you know exactly, that become a sentence, and sentence by sentence become this type, or became this type of talking we are using to let each other understand what we are talking. But still the movements through our bodies, or our bodies used it helps us through our talking, and not in writing, because writing in the end killed the way the body move, or what we are using through our bodies. So became now the words, or the talking and the movements together helped each other to let us complete our talking or our conversation together. But the writing, it is something completely different, as you know exactly. This is the way of the development of dancing, or the movements, until it became this word, this term, which we call it dancing. Every society all over the world has their own type of movements, which they use it in their dancing to explain what they want, or to express themselves to the others, and so on and so on. This is very quickly the meaning of dance, or the way we are doing our dance. Many people, or many dancers, I heard that they love very much the past, and they said that past was wonderful. Dancers had a lot of funny times, or wonderful time, and so on and so on. Yes, it is. But on the other side, people love very much the past, and they dislike nowadays, and afraid of the future, or scared from the future. It is normal feeling all over the world. My question is, why people all the time love the past and dislike nowadays, dislike the present? That is because we know exactly what had happened in the past, as we think, and we are looking all the time for the good things and destroy it, or ignore the bad things. Past or future or now, they are in one time. It is in my mind like that. What I'm talking now, it is a present, but suddenly it is in the past. It became a past now, and the future is what I will talk with you. It is the same everywhere, all over the world. Dancing, actually, as I told you, it is body language, and the body wants to talk to each other. People use this type of dance. Long ago was something they want to talk, yes, also. The dancers, or let me say the good dancers, who they did wonderful types of dancing. People in this time long ago, they were like it. But if I use it the same, or if I do the same type of dance now, immediately I will find it is boring, because life in the past was not same as now. I believe 100% that these people long ago, I mean the dancers long ago, they were thinking the same as we are thinking now. They were looking for the past, for their past. And they said, I believe 100%, they said that the past was better than now, than their time, in this moment, in the past, in their past, or in our past. It is like that. And now we're doing the same, and in the future, the new dancers in the future, they will say the same once more again. That means our time now was better than their time, what they live in this time in the future. It is like that. But if I think these types of dancing in the past can be now, or we can do it now, it is completely wrong, because life changed, life became much more faster, and a lot of new things around us can take us to our moment, what we live now. Their past was in their past. Their type of dances or type of movements belongs to their past. For example, if I take some dance steps from Tahiyya Karaoke or whatever the other dancers and use it now, a little of these steps can be wonderful now, but not all the dance steps. In her time long ago was fantastic. By the way, these dancers long ago, they were provoke each other, and they tried all the time to collect a lot of people watching them, audience watching them, because the success is exactly that. All these people coming to me, watch me more than you, or sometimes they watching you more than me, so they going to you more than me, and so on and so on. So for this reason, sometimes, or some of them steal some types of dances and they use it, and some of them sometimes say that it or this type of dances or this type of movements belongs to them, not to the others. It was something like this way. Now we have a lot of studying for dancing, and we tried all the time to find the correct dance steps for our bodies or for the story what we are talking about. For this reason, we're using now much more studying for our dancing, and we try all the time to find the way we are doing to let the story can be very easy for you, or to take your attention with me to say that in the end that I am a good dancer or I am a bad dancer. So for this reason, the studying helped us now much more than in the past. In the past was something like competition between the dancers. Each one of them tried to be the best or the first one, and it was big competition and a hard competition, and sometimes it was a competition for collecting money. Any type of dance in the past or now, it built onto my feeling, except the fighting, what I mean, the competition. So the competition looks like fighting. I'm fighting you to be the best, to be the first, and I'm trying all the time to push you down to be the second or the third or whatever, and the same vice versa with you. It is like that. But in the past, the competition was completely different. It was not to push you down by competition, but by a lot of audience coming to me or collecting much more money more than you, and so on and so on. This is the difference between both, I mean the past and the present. What about the future? Nobody knows now, but in future, I leave it for the future. Maybe it will be something different, but nobody knows, of course. So this is the difference between both. And also in the past, the music was very slow, depends on the lifestyle. The lifestyle was very slow lifestyle more than now. Now we are faster, so the music became much more fast. Even also the songs. Now the songs became much more faster. I remember when I was young, I remember Kulthum when she was singing, she can stay for 3 hours. Her song can stay 3 hours. So what do you think about 3 hours? I sit like that and I'm listening to Kulthum, and wonderful. Was in the past. Now I cannot do something like this. I have to change because life changing, everything changing fast. So this is exactly our dancing now must be faster than the past. Keep in mind that the kinetic performance expose our bodies and our feeling. For this reason, the dance steps can expose our bodies or our feeling, what we are or what we want. This is exactly can be very easy, clear in our Oriental dancing or belly dancing. Let me say that solo dancing. When I am dancing in a solo dance, it exposes exactly what I feel, the inner feeling, and what my body need or want. So I'm using these dance steps or these movements or this kinetic performance to tell you something or to tell your body something. So this is exactly the deep meaning of what we are doing on solo dancing. Of course, I translate the music, the songs, the lyrics when I am going to dance in solo dancing, but suddenly I found that my body says something also inside, which it means mixed between both the meaning of the song or the lyrics or whatever the music, in addition what my body wants to talk. And this is exactly the deep meaning of the improvisation in dance. People sometimes think that we have to study the improvisation by all these steps what we will do on the stage. But this is exactly, or let me say, it is 50% okay, correct. Because I collected already all these types of dance steps in my mind, and when I'm going to dance or to perform the solo dancing on the stage, I'm using what I collected already. But my body needs to talk, so for this reason I am using these dance steps and also what my body wants to talk. And here we can say the gestures and postures in dance. Of course, gestures and postures, it is a big lecture or strong and huge lecture. If I want to explain to you, maybe one day in one of my lectures or one of my classes, I can explain to you much more about it, but I cannot explain now. It takes long time. But if this is first time watching this video or this is first time visiting the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button below to receive my next videos, which will be much more about dancing and the meaning and what we are doing and what is the difference between all of these types of dancing. I mean, in Oriental dancing and belly dancing. Sometimes I'm using this way to let you understand much more about Oriental dancing and belly dancing are the most for us, because this is type of kinetic performance have deep meaning also, and we need to know much more about it. So this is exactly the solo dancing when I am doing on the stage or performing on the stage, and why my body says something like that. Sometimes you find yourself think that you will do this type or perform this type of dance steps, but suddenly you find yourself doing something else. You have to ask yourself why, or to know exactly why. This is the body language, or your body want to say something. And you have to know why you did something like this, because if it is wrong, never do it once more again. If it is correct, keep it and try to do it once more again. Same as people in the past, they were doing the same. Sometimes they creating something or created a type of dance step, and suddenly they found it very good for the audience, so they use it more and more and more until came to us now, and we use them now. It is the same, yes, also. So you have to understand why your body want to say this or why your body said that, and try to know exactly what is behind, then use it in your dance or refuse it or delete it from your mind. This is the way of dancing, and this is exactly the solo dancing, the performance on the stage, and the way you are your mind thinking and your body talking. This was my video for today, which I hope you like it. And of course, if you have any comment or any question, please write me down or send them to me. Thank you very much, and I will see you once more again in my next video.